All right, welcome to another Tuesday Tidbit. This one is how does qualifying work if I'm moving? If you're moving to a different job, okay? So there's a couple different pieces of this one as well. There always is when I talked about these Tuesday Tidbits. There's always a couple things. Maybe it's because I like the education part of it, but honestly, it's just a complex position I have. There's a lot of education that goes into all of this. So let's start with, hey, I'm starting a new job. Can I use that income to help me qualify? The short answer is if it's a full-time salaried or hourly position, and it's in an industry you've got experience in prior, and that job is going to start within at least 90 days of closing. And then finally, we have a signed job offer letter for that new position, and it does not have any contingencies remaining. There's a lot buried in what I just said. Okay, so let's start with, hey, it has to be in the same industry. If I was going from being a mortgage loan officer to a chef at a restaurant, they would want to make sure that I'm going to be able to carry on that position as a chef, even though my history is in sales, technical sales, right? So I'd have to prove like, oh yes, I went to culinary school. Here's my program certificate, or here's my degree showing that I am able and competent enough to do that job. Great, perfect. It also has to be a full-time salaried or hourly position. The only tricky part with hourly is they're going to have to make sure that the hours are consistent. Hourly is fine in and of itself. However, if the hours are variable, if they say, here's your job offer letter and your hours are going to vary between 30 and 40, that's going to be a problem. That's going to fall into variable income. That's going to require at least a 12-month history of receipt before we could possibly use that income to qualify. So if it says 40 hours a week and here's your hourly wage, we're perfectly fine. With regards to full-time, that is going to vary depending on the industry. RNs, nurses, doctors are very commonly only going to work 32 hours or 36 hours a week, and that's considered full-time for their industry. Perfectly fine. Whatever your industry considers, so long as the hours are consistent, we could use that income. And you don't even necessarily have to start the job, but we have to have a signed job offer letter. And this last piece I mentioned there, I cannot have any contingencies buried in it, which means, hey, you can't be any contingent on passing a drug test or passing a background check or having us vet your references. All that stuff must already be done. It must be no more contingencies remaining, full-time salary, full-time hourly job, and we could actually use that income so long as that job is going to start within 90 days of closing. So you could actually buy a new house with the signed job offer letter, even if that job's not starting for 1 to 2 or 3 even months. So good news on that front. What if you are transferring out with a same employer but to a new place? Not a problem at all. We either have to have a transition letter, so somebody shows that, hey, you are approved for your move out to Colorado, and we have to verify it's not going to change your income or your ability to do your job. Usually that's very easy to get. We talk to your HR, we talk to your manager. They get us an email or a letter that says exactly that. The reason we have to verify your income's not going to change is because some employers are very renowned for paying one wage if you work in one area and a different wage if you work in another. Google does this. They'll say, hey, yeah, if you're working in Silicon Valley, we're going to pay you this. If you work in Boulder, we're going to pay you a little bit less because the cost of living is a little less. So we need to make sure whatever income we're using to qualify has been validated. Hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. If you have anybody that might benefit from this, feel free to forward it on to them or have them reach out to me. We live to serve. Truly is my love language. I just love to serve people and help educate. So however we can help you, and your referrals really are the lifeblood of our business. We really do appreciate it. So thank you all so much. Talk to you next time.